Hi there, สวัสดีครับ You are watching Dr. Green Channel. Today we are going to show you the solar hybrid inverter. The solar hybrid inverter that we are showing is the off-grid solar hybrid inverter. So that means it is not produce any electricity fed back into the grid system. So it is consume the electricity as same as normal appliances in your house. So there is no any issue to deploy the off-grid solar hybrid inverter at your home. So this is very easy and very simple to deploy. So we would like to show you 4 models which the capacity are different. The most left hand side is the size is 2 kVA and the system the working voltage nominal voltage system is 24 volt. For the next one is a 2.5 kVA which the nominal voltage is also 24 volt. The next one, the black color, the capacity is 3 kVA and the nominal voltage for this one is 48 volt. And the last one, the biggest one, the most right hand side over there is 5 kVA and using the 48 volt system. So let's see the key features of this inverter. So the first one, before we are going to deep dive into the features, we would like to show you that all inverters are certified with the world-class standard. For example, like ISO 9001 and also has the organization who has the accredit to do the test and also issue the certificate for these 4 inverters. And also not only the international standard, because these 4 are made in India, so of course the Ministry of Renewable Energy in India also approve this inverter to be used in the country and also very popular in the many countries, for example like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos and Myanmar and etc. So these inverters are very popular. So okay, before we are going to discuss about some other things or seeing on the back of the inverter, so we would like to show you the key features of these 4 inverters. So the first one is the less no load current. This is has very good design and also managed by the micro controller. So in the case of no load, it consumes minimum current consumption. So thanks to the micro processor based technology. The next one is the user friendly LCD display. So I think you have remember the LCD display that we have showing on the previous video for the 2 kVA model. So we also has the LCD to show the status of the solar hybrid inverter in every model, so you will know what is the status, what is the power generation from the solar and also the saving and also the voltage of the battery and some other information and including the fault on the system. All right, so the next one, the LCD display also show the power saving calculation on display, okay, as I mentioned earlier, and also inbuilt the independent battery charger. So because this has been designed very well and would like to give the capability to the inverter to do the charging and easy to do the maintenance and also maximize the performance of the inverter. The next one is the power saving up to 100%, depend on the user power consumption, and this also based on the design. So if you do the system dimensioning properly, you can quantify or come up with the number of the panel, require number of the battery, and also the usage on daily basis. So all the loads for your appliance has to be input in the formula or the load schedule, for example. So this require some calculation. So to make sure you are using 100% solar power, so you need to if you want to use 100% solar power, you need to do the design very well and also the carefully design, especially in the tropical country or the area where having a very long raining season, for example like southern of Thailand, for example. And the next one is no need stabilizer as charging up to 90 volts. So this gives the capability to let inverter continually charge the battery even the voltage of your grid power is dropped down to 90 volt. So this is very good when you don't have the stabilizer at home. So these four inverters or these four solar hybrid inverter can work as the stabilizer and extend the battery life when you are using as a UPS and also using as a solar hybrid inverter as well. Alright, so the next one is charging share charging with solar grid and genset. So these as I mentioned they are the solar hybrid inverter, so they can work together with solar input, the grid input, and if the grid input is not available for some case, then you can connect with the generator set, which may be applicable for the mobile base station or the place in the rural area, for example. So actually we have the case where the customer use it with the mobile station which install very far or in the rural area, working together with the generator set as well. If you want more information, you can contact us or ask our team. And we have the inbuilt solar charge controller in Thailand is 50 ampere for every models. So these four, alright, 2 kVA, 2.5 kVA, 3.5 kVA, and 5 kVA, they are having the inbuilt solar charge controller with the size or the capacity of 50 ampere. Alright, then see the next one. It is a noise free and a PSI wave with less than 3% total harmonic distortion. So the efficiency of the system is very good, and the output is of course the sine wave, the PSI wave. So this can work very good and very well with all the appliances in your house. The next one is the complete protection. So they are very good protection mechanism, which again these inverters are certified by ISO and also Ministry of the Renewable Energy in India. So the quality are very good. So they have the protection of overload, short circuits, and wiring fault, right? So very good safety for all users and every applications. And we also have the great power saving up to 30%. So thanks to the microprocessor base and very good design for this inverter. They can charge the battery at very low voltage until 90 volts. This is meaning if you are using as a UPS or even you are using as a solar hybrid inverter. So the grid power, even the incoming grid power voltage is low down to 90 volts, it's still manageable to charge to the battery. So your appliances can be used longer, especially if you are using in the office. So this will be good for all computers, server and printers, and etc., or the copiers, and also has the user-friendly interface conversion. So this is very easy to understand the status and very easy to understand how to use. And also backup time more than 12 to 15%. So this one because of the good design and also the capability to work in more lower incoming voltage, for example like 90 volt, and even can use with the solar, so you can extend it of the usage of appliance when there is no any grid power coming. All right, so I think you have seen the features and also have seen the in front of every inverter, which has the LCD display and also very good design, very nice looking as well, and also has the switch to turn on and turn off the inverter. So okay, let's see the back of this inverter one by one, which I will show you shortly. Right, here we are showing you the back of the inverters. So these are 4 models. Again, the most left hand side is the 2 kVA. The next one is a 2.5 kVA. Next one is 3.5 kVA, and the last one, the most right hand side, is the 5 kVA. And these 4 inverters, again, very smart. They can charge the battery even the battery has been deep discharged. That means even your battery has been got the deep discharge, and even the voltage of the battery has been maybe down to maybe 10 volts or maybe even lower. So if the condition of your battery still good enough or still usable, this inverter can charge up to 12 volts and recover your battery to be 12 volts again. So that means the voltage of the battery for these 4 inverters has been set. That means even you put the battery and the battery is not meet 24 volts, for example like 2 kVA and 2.5 kVA, by default it will try to charge the battery to be equal to 24 volt system. All right, so this is the good features of this the new solar hybrid inverter that we are introduced. So I think you have seen the back, and then we will show you the close up to the back of the inverter to let you see more details shortly. Okay, now we are at the back of the inverter. So let's start with the 2 kVA, and this one is the 2.5 kVA. So you will see the switch, the dip switch, that you can choose the priority. Of course, the solar will be the first priority of the solar hybrid inverter. But the next one, next to the solar, it will be grid priority, or you will use the battery priority. So this is depends. If you want to maximize the solar energy, you can choose the battery priority. But if you live in a place or the location where the grid power cut very often and you want to spare or make the buffer energy as much as you can, so you can choose as the grid priority. The next dip switch is the switch to choose the type of the battery. So you can choose whether it is the lead acid or down here is the tubular or the seal management free. The next one is the switch to use to match with the load types. For example, if you are using with the computer, PC, printer, or the photocopiers, so you can choose the UPS. So it will provide very precise voltage output. But if you are using with the normal appliances, you can choosing the WUPS, the wide range UPS as normal. So we also provide the main circuit breaker for the AC power. So this is for the safety because this is the most important for all customers. And you will see the switch here and here. So for 2 and 2.5 kVA, we also provide the bypass switch. So the bypass switch, the purpose is when the inverter has the problem, so you can put this switch in a bypass position, then you can continue using the appliances as normal. And you see the terminal here, the big terminal here for the PV. So the capacity of the solar charge controller for these two also 50 amperes, very huge. So you can connect, for example, like the solar panel 300 watts by 5 panels parallel together. So the total current from the parallel solar panels will be about 45 if you parallel 5 panels together. So it is easy to connect to the PV terminal here. So there is the sign written as a positive and a negative. So be careful when you have to connect to the correct terminal. And also we have the output output power, which is the AC power. So there is the label here, neutral, earth, and line. So you can connect accordingly. And the size of the power cable for this inverter, of course, you can see the cable we have provided from the factory, and also you see the cable lock here has been finished from the factory and very standard, very good quality. So very easy for a customer to install at home. And the size of the cable for 2 kVA is 10 square millimeters. And the cable to connect battery to be 24 volts also provided with the standard size 10 square millimeters and with the cable lock as well. Very standard. Okay, so this is very good connectors. So there is not cause any heat when you connect or install the system together. So this is very important. So we carefully into many details to let customer have the most safety to use the solar energy, and also carefully for the design. You will see the back of the 2 kVA and the 2.5, 2 kVA and 2.5 kVA. On the back is almost identical, but the size of the power cable is different. On the 2.5, okay, on the 2.5 kVA here, the size of the power cable is 16. Here for this model is 16 square millimeters, so it's bigger. Okay. We have designed very carefully, so the size of the power cable can impact all the losses and also the performance of the inverter. Okay, so we will show you on the back of the 3.5 and 5 kVA shortly. Okay, now we are at the back of the solar hybrid inverter, which the model is 3.5 kVA and this is the 5 kVA, and the voltage of these two inverter is 48 volt system. So it is they are different from 2 and 2.5, which the voltage system is 24. So for these two models are 48 volt. All right, so you will see the back of the inverter also having the same switch or the dip switch that you can do the setup. of the inverter to be suitable as your use case. So you can choose, you still can choose the priority for the grid and the battery. So I will not explain again because I have discussed earlier just now. So you can choose the battery type, you can choose the output range, whether it is for UPS or wide range UPS. And here for the 3.5 kVA model, we have the battery MCB, okay, for safety. And here you have the main MCB as well. So there is the solar terminal, so you can connect the solar panel, okay, into this terminal. So the positive and the negative here. And we have the bypass switch also for the 3.5 and 5 kVA, which you can do the dip switch. Sorry, you can turn the switch. For example, when you want to bypass, so if you are going to bypass, you turn to this position. So it is number one. So if you are using this inverter as normal, so you turn as at the position number 2 here. So the output will be provided by this inverter. So this is the very rugged, okay, bypass switch, very easy and simple to use, and very safety is the most important. All right, so let's see the most right hand side here. So this is the 5 kVA. So you have the dip switch to do the setting, MCB breaker, and also the battery MCB, the solar PV MCB here. So you have all the breakers, and also the terminal has been written very clear. So there is the terminal for the solar, the battery, the power output, and the power input, because this is again the solar hybrid inverter. And you can see on the 5 kVA there is the label here shown very clear. It is the 48 volt. So carefully connect the battery with the 48 volt system, right? Okay, and we also provide the power, the power cable to connect to the battery, the power cable connect to the grid, okay, and also here the power cable to make the battery into 48 volt system, okay. And the size of the power cable that is coming together with the 5 kVA, it is coming into the box, so you don't need to go outside to buy the power cable. And this also the power cable that is ready in the box for the 3.5 kVA, right? So you are very convenient to use. And again for the 5 kVA here, you see the power cable is 16 square millimeters, right? Yeah, I will show you closely here. You see the size of the power cable, right? Okay, let's zoom. Okay, it is the 16 square millimeters. Okay, I think I can move closer a bit here. Okay, right, so it is the 16 square millimeter. So the size is very big, suitable, and very big cable for safety. So not only the power cable cables are provided, so this is also finished from the factory, has been connected with a cable lock, very standard here. And these are the cables for the make the battery into the 48 volts, which finish with the cable lock as well. So this is very easy for you to use. And again, for these 4 models, they can charge the battery from the deep discharge. So this is very good inverter. So it doesn't matter your battery has been deep discharge and the voltage range maybe has been not like adequate into the inverter, but the inverter itself can charge the battery to be the configure voltage value. So these are very good. So even you are using the old battery from somewhere, but make sure that the battery is in the good condition. So you still can manage to charge the battery. Even for example, your battery voltage is down to 10 volts or maybe 8 volts per battery, but these 4 inverters will try to charge your battery. For example, if you are remember for 2 kVA the voltage system is 24 volts. This one is 24 volts. For these two are 48 volts. So it doesn't matter your battery has been used as a deep discharge, but all the inverters will try to charge your battery. So these are very good for the renewable energy or the solar power. So if you like the video, please give us the thumbs up, put the subscribe button, and follow us on the social medias. For example, like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So if you would like to see or would like to give us the suggestion or comments or reach our team, you can contact us on the contact information below of this video. So thanks again for watching and see you again on the next video. ขอบคุณครับ สวัสดีครับ